Hi, I'm Dale, and I'm about to embark on a journey that to me is going to be challenging, frustrating, probably going to maybe make me go insane a little bit. But I have a messy garage and I like to do projects, and there are a lot of projects around the house that I need to do, inside and outside of the house. So the first thing I have to do is organize my garage, because first and foremost, my garage is for parking cars. I always want to be able to have my wife park her car in the garage every night, because although I live in Atlanta, it does get cold enough during the winter where the windshields will ice over, and she leaves in the morning and I don't want to have her scraping her windshields. I would also like to have my truck parked in there also. That really limits the garage space as far as a workshop is concerned. So I have to make sure I have everything that can be pushed off to the side so that I can get both cars in. So that means building everything on benches that can move, so a lot of casters are involved, items like that. I am not an expert in any way. I'm not a pro. This is certainly something that I do just on the side. I would say I'm probably maybe a 6 out of 10 as far as handy with the tools and the wood and doing projects. I have done some projects in the past. I've liked the way they've turned out. I'm the type of guy though that when I look at it, all I see are all my flaws and mistakes. Hopefully I can get over that. I've been watching YouTube, and there are 3 or 4 main people that I watch on YouTube. First and foremost is Jay Bates. And all of these links will be listed below. Jay is what I would call the top guy that I watch. I mean, his work is absolutely outstanding. His instructional videos, you really understand how to build them. I really highly doubt I'll ever get to the level he's at, and he's just awesome. The other one that I watch regularly is April Wilkerson. I relate more to her because I think she's starting more where I'm starting, where I have not a lot of tools, and the tools that I do have are definitely consumer grade. They're not very great. Like the table saw you see behind me, it's a Skill table saw. That's a desktop type. It's probably 20 years old. Certainly not the cream of the crop table saw, but it's what I've got, and it's what I've got to work with. I also watch Darbin Orvar and Chad Stanton quite a bit. I really like their channels. There are many other great sites out there, and basically all of these are just inspiring me to do this work myself and to give it a shot. And I thought, well, why not go ahead and video this, create my own YouTube channel so that others can see that, hey, it is really possible to start with not a lot of knowledge and work through it. As far as what I have to work with, my garage, you can see that I do have some things hanging on walls, but really I just kind of hung them up haphazardly whenever I needed it. I needed something hung, I did it. I've got a decent amount of spare wood, scrap wood, that I want to utilize my 17-foot ceiling in my garage and get those up on the walls, out of my way. You can see I've added some shelving, but you can see that shelving all of a sudden became layers and layers of just junk on top of junk. I've got some more shelving that I've dealt with. Again, just layers on layers on layers. And over in the corner is probably the worst. I did have a workbench over here, and truthfully, I don't even know what's on top of this workbench anymore. So I need to go through all this. The bin that's underneath it was actually kind of nice at one time. I have a scroll saw in there and a miter saw, but you can see that I can't even get it out anymore. The one enhancement I did do to my garage, which has been just awesome, is I called the manufacturer of a flooring company that made these floor joists, and I asked them, what size do I need to span 24.5 feet with no beams coming down? They gave me what I needed. I bought a couple, got a couple of buddies, and I created an entire area up above the garage door. It's about 3.5 feet of space up there, and that has helped out tremendously. You can see I keep my Halloween and my Christmas decorations up there. It's Christmas time right now, so the Christmas decorations on this side are out in the yard. One other item that I would like to mention is my lighting. because it's 17-foot ceilings, which is really nice, but that all nice for storage, but it also means that my lights are way up there, and that light right there, as well as this light right here, are the only lights I have in the garage. I do have this 500 watt light here that I can use extra, but it gets extremely hot. It's halogen. It's bright, but it gets extremely hot. It's hard to get into the right position to give me light. So one of the items I'm going to be doing is definitely getting me much better light, which means probably keeping this light, because it really is nice to be motion detected. When you drive in, it really lights up, but I need to get many more lights, probably hanging from the ceiling several feet, to give me a much better lighting. That is one challenge that I have, especially when I come out here in the evening, which is when I do most of my work, because I have a normal job during the day. Lighting is just incredibly difficult. So that's what I have to work with. So over the next year or so, I hope that, number one, I've got to get this place organized, my garage organized, so that I can do the work that I want to do. And then once I get this shop cleared out and I have places off to the side where I can wheel my tools in and out very easily to do my work, I can at that point start doing some of my projects around the house. I hope to be filming some of these projects on organizing the garage, so that I can share what I've done. I'm kind of doing it for two reasons. One, I want to show that people like me that don't have a lot of experience can do this and can do it fairly well. And the other reason is I'm hoping that people do come to my site, watch my videos, and hopefully offer constructive criticism. I know that I will get some just pure hate and mean, but that's okay. I'm looking for constructive criticism to say, hey Dale, you shouldn't have done it this way. You should have done it this other way, because it would be a lot faster for you to do. It would be, the end result would be stronger. So I look at it as kind of a dual purpose, whereas I can learn from the viewers out there on better ways to do it, as well as other people learning that, yeah, even though I don't have a lot of top grade tools and a lot of skill and experience doing this, I can still do it. So I will get going on it. My first project is most likely going to be a stand on casters for my drill press, so that I can actually start using it again. See ya.